So legal reforms, point number one, we are saying, if today, and there has been a lot of discussion in various WhatsApp groups, we are saying if today you retire and you have all this experience and all this knowledge you've been able to acquire over the years, we are asking ourselves, do you just go back home to become a farmer, or you are able to be useful to yourself and be able to gain something out of your expertise that you've been able to gain over the years? We are also asking ourselves, if today Fidel Muema was not working for government of Makueni County and I'm not employed anywhere, what can I do with all the skills and knowledge that I have to be able to feed my family and also take care of myself? It has been very easy for lawyers. We are borrowing from our fellow practitioners in other fields and we are saying for lawyers it has become very easy because they graduate, they work under a senior lawyer, and then they end up opening a law firm. But for procurement people, you realize we only have less than 10 in the whole country who have offices that they can be able to wake up every morning and go to work from there. So what are we saying under legal reforms? We are saying there is space. We want to promote consultancy in the Republic of Kenya. We want to develop and borrow from LSK. LSK lawyers have what we call Advocates Remuneration Order. That is the document they use to charge you and to cost you once they offer services. We want procurement people also to have a legal document that they will be using to charge anyone when you are engaged to offer your expertise in any field. We also want to take advantage of the PPADA, those who are in public. You know, the government is the biggest spender in the Republic. So we want to take advantage of PPADA Section 5, which provides that if there is an act of parliament regulating professional services, then you don't need to procure those services. So we want to develop through SPMA a document we are calling scale of fees. That is the rates that our procurement people will be using to charge for their consultant services. That document is going to be passed by the parliament and therefore become implementable. And will be now in our public sector, will just be pre-qualifying procurement professionals, and they will be able to offer services as and when they are needed, and they will not be procured. Just for example, if today Makueni County is taken to court, I will not use the county attorney. I'll use a lawyer who has been pro-qualified by Makueni County. If today Makueni County wants to train procurement professionals, I'll go to KISM and apply G to G. But I will not, if I need a consultant in procurement, I'll have to procure him, give him a tender, a jaze, then I'm able to engage him. But when we pass the scale of fees, we will not be required to procure anyone. We just pre-qualify all these consultants and call them. If I want you to talk to my friends and colleagues in Makueni about youth issues, and you are a practitioner below 35 years, you just register a firm, I call you and you give a talk. The other thing we are saying is that it has become very difficult for procurement space and opportunities to be ring-fenced and safeguarded for procurement practitioners. You have seen, jobs are advertised, and everybody, almost everybody is qualified to be able to be employed. And like you've seen, Kera has advertised for a number of opportunities. But just see once the shortlisting happens, all guys from all manner of qualifications, they'll be there. We want to put clear qualifications in the SPMA so that only procurement people will be licensed and only procurement people will be able to get and to tap those opportunities. The other thing under legal reforms is that we have heard the cry. We cannot continue to do testing of some policies. So we have had the cry of the CPD policy, and of course we have the 40, that is the 30 and 10 structured CPD points. So of course it is agenda and our items, but under legal reforms our commitment is that we want to review the policy to be affordable and also the policy to have CPD points that can be achieved without anyone having to struggle the way the current policy is. And also to be able to open the procurement practice for consultants who want to do business with the procurement profession. Then as I wind up, those who are in public sector and those who have been able to learn and also review the PPADA, you realize that the DG PPRA has a lot of power. That is the only person allowed by the PPADA to conduct investigations in public institutions. Now, when we come to SPMA, we say if any employer is found to have employed somebody who is not a procurement person and who is not registered by KISM, that employer should be fined 500,000. But now the question is, who is going to enforce that? Is it the council? Is it the CEO KISM? Or who is going to enforce that? Is it the disciplinary committee? So we are saying that when we'll be reviewing the SPMA, we will have to give specific powers to the CEO of KISM. He is the accounting officer, so he will have specific powers to be able to enforce compliance in line with that act. And then finally, we have said EGP is a good move by the government of Kenya, and we embrace EGP. As council and also as procurement practitioners, we embrace automation of procurement services. However, we want a service, we want a system that does not go against the law, because we don't want our people to be taken to court. And therefore, our commitment when we get into office, starting next week on Friday, because we are very sure that we are going to win, is to champion for the EGP to be reviewed in terms of the process, so that it is aligned with the PPADA. Tukifika hapo, mimi nasema ni asante kwa kutusikiza. Thank you very much for supporting us and also walking this journey with us. It has not been easy, and it has been exciting when you send us text of encouragement and telling us that we are winning this, isn't it? And that is the feeling, and personally,